Welcome to All Things Moore County, Moore County's weekly radio show highlighting the many facets of the Sandhills. That includes real estate, lifestyle, community and neighborhoods. And now from Fore Properties, here's your host, Bill Sahadi.
Good morning and welcome to the talk show, All Things Moore County. Dorothy, last week we had Nicholas LaSala and Michael Parker on the show.
Yep.
Talking all about Carthage, the growth in Moore County, and the need for communities and not just homes. Mm-hmm. This year especially, we've had so many real estate issues and happenings going on and cycles. Real estate is a topic of a lot of conversations this year, where we've had the first half of the year and the second half of the year. The bottom line is there are a lot of people who want to move to Moore County. There are a lot of people who are coming from all over the country to call Moore County home, whether it be up in the Carthage area, whether it be in some of the beautiful golf course communities, or in the eclectic areas of Southern Pines and Aberdeen. And we want to talk a little bit today about a company called Leading RE, Leading Real Estate Companies of the World, that we've had the fortune at Fore Properties to be affiliated with since 2007. They're a national company based out of Chicago, and we're being joined by the Vice President of Business Solutions of Leading Real Estate Companies of the World, Jennifer Harding. And we're also being joined by Dee Shaw, who is the Fore Properties Relocation Director. And we want to have a conversation a little bit about what Leading Real Estate Companies of the World is, what it means to our buyers and our sellers, both locally and nationally and globally. Dee, we started with Leading RE, I think it was back in 2007, and it seems like just yesterday.
It does. It really does. The years fly by when you're enjoying what you're doing, and being a member of Leading RE has been a great asset to us.
So 15 years of being a relocation director. You're at the beginning of being the catalyst for the people that are coming that contact you. And what are you doing? What are you doing with the people that are reaching out to you?
I'm speaking with them and then getting to know their clients that they're referring to us, so I can make a really good match with one of our agents in our company. So I know that they're kind of on the same level and they know how to speak the same language as each other.
So those are for people that are coming into Moore County. What about people that are moving out of Moore County?
For me, that's a little bit more of a challenge because sometimes I don't know where I'm sending them. I'm not familiar with the areas, but my contacts with all of my Leading RE people have been so wonderful. They're all great to work with, and they understand what I'm asking for and the type of agents we're looking for, and they've always done such a great job at matching our clients to their locations. Yeah.
Jennifer, Leading RE. What does it mean to a buyer or a seller? They're coming here to look for a home. You have been a partner with us now for close to 15 years, when I think about it. Tell us a little bit about Leading RE and why it's such a happy union and a good relationship, and what are the benefits for the buyers and sellers to reap?
Well, we are a network of independent brokers, all like-minded brokers from across the country, across the world. So this really puts Fore Properties on a global platform where you all are connected to the best independent companies from around the world. So really 3 words that I like to talk about why you're a part of this network is quality, connection, and independence.
Right.
It's only quality brokers. You have to be top in your market. You have to have specially trained agents who provide exceptional service for buyers and sellers looking to move into this market or out of the market. We connect those buyers and sellers with top agents. And I think the third word, independence, is probably the most important word to me, because all of the decisions about your company are made on a local level.
Right.
They're made by a local local independent company who can make decisions about your company and provide exceptional service to your agents, but also to the buyers and sellers. So
When you say independent brokerages, you also mean non-franchised
that's right.
brokers.
That's right.
So that means that we have the ability to pivot on a dime,
Right.
move quickly, streamline, and get from here to there without a ton of red tape.
That's right.
Tell me about the network, just domestically, of Leading RE. How expansive is it, and how does it compare to other options that perhaps a buyer coming into this market might experience?
So we outperform our closest competitors
Yep.
of the franchises by over $5 billion in sales. So we do a tremendous amount of business. We've got 136,000 agents. So it's not just the agents here at Fore Properties, but it's 136,000 other agents that are on your team, if you will.
Right.
We've got 550 companies around the country.
Right.
And we're in 74 countries. So it's a deep connection with independent companies.
One of the things that I read somewhere along the line, and it struck me as odd at first, but then it made sense. 6 of the largest 10 real estate companies in this country are non-franchised.
That's right.
Is that statistic still accurate?
That's right.
That's crazy.
That is. So we've got some large companies that are part of our network.
Right.
Remember, the first thing I said was quality. So
Yeah.
it's not about quantity, it's
Right.
about quality.
Right.
So we've got quality independent companies that could be a brokerage of 1 or 2 agents, up to one of our largest companies, as an example, Long & Foster. They have 12,000 agents. So again, it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Right.
So small to large. And so, yes, we've got several of the large companies, Long & Foster, Howard Hanna. So some really big companies that are part of this affiliation.
Allen Tate, I believe.
Allen Tate, that's right.
And what about up in the Northeast? Some of the companies in the Northeast that would be recognizable? Because a lot of the people come here from New England,
Sure.
from the Mid-Atlantic area.
Right, absolutely. So we have Brown Harris Stevens there in New York. We've got Jack Conway in Massachusetts. So some really, really big companies. And like you said, people are moving here. They recognize the great quality of life here in Southern Pines. And folks are moving from other parts of the country here.
When we were driving over to the station, Dee, I was having a conversation with Jennifer, and I was telling her that so many people move here as their final destination because this area reminds people of the towns that they grew up in as kids. And with all the urban sprawl, the traffic, there's a sense of people wanting to get back to roots. There's a sense of people wanting to go back to yesteryear. And I drove Jennifer through downtown Southern Pines on the way over here. I haven't had a chance to take her to the village of Pinehurst yet, but she right away got the charm and the cuteness and the ambiance of the
People
community.
tend to come here and find out that, they think they're going to stay for 3 years and decide that this is going to be their forever home. This is a place where you want to raise your children, enjoy life with your family. Some of them are moving back to their roots as farmers. They're
Yep.
transitioning out of the military or from another job, and they want to farm the land and enjoy their lives. So,
Can you break down, I don't mean to throw this at you, but you can handle, what percentage of the people, we have a large military influx, but we also have a large non-military influx of young retirees, people who want to work out of their homes, who realize they can be mobile. They don't have to be locked into a brick and mortar building somewhere.
that's correct.
is there a percentage that you can throw at that? Is it 50-50? Is it 60-40?
I would say closer to 60-40, where in the past it would probably be flip-flopped, but nowadays it's probably 60-40. We do see people coming to our area to retire
Right.
and enjoy the simple things that we offer here, you know, golf, equestrian, just some great, what do you call that, where you just tend to fall in love with everybody you live around. You know, everybody, there's a sense of community here that is very strong, and I just see that getting stronger all the time.
We're getting a lot, Jennifer, a lot of people from the Michigan, upper Midwest area. And the one thing that we find is that people will move to wherever their children are, wherever their grandchildren are. I mean, God forbid they're in the northwestern-most part of Canada in the middle of winter, but that's where they're going to move,
Yeah.
and they become what we call an outgoing referral. But a lot of these military families who have moved here have parents who want to come and live closer to their families and their grandchildren
Sure.
who are based in Moore County. So we have a lot of that as well.
Right.
And the incentives that Leading RE provides to make it more palatable for some of these people are, as you said, quality agents, experienced agents,
Absolutely.
people with a perspective. Because
That's right.
that's what people need a broker for.
That's right.
Not just to look at homes, but to know neighborhoods, to understand demographic shifts, and to be able to focus on resale. Because so many people, we don't live in a cradle-to-grave mentality anymore like we did maybe when I was growing up as a kid. People sometimes will move on a dime for a job.
Right.
And so we have to be mindful of that as well.
Yeah, and you all have really experienced agents that understand that. They
Yeah.
understand the market. You guys are so connected to your community,
Right.
and really understand the inner workings of the community and what's going on. And I know would be great advisors to buyers and sellers to advise them on what is a good investment, what's not a good investment,
Right.
and really direct them and help them understand what they're purchasing.
When we come back in the next set, I want to talk to you a little bit because it's common knowledge that 2022 has been a tale of 2 years, compacted into we're not even through the 9th month, but we had an experience from the very beginnings of 2021, which sort of started shifting in June of this year, and now we're in a market where the script has flipped. And we want to talk a little bit about that as well, and,
Sure.
and how that's affecting you, and D, how that's affecting incoming and outgoing referrals. This is All Things Moore County. Our guest for the beginning of the show in the next set, leading our real estate companies of the world, Vice President of Business Solutions, Jennifer Harding. We'll be right back.
We'll connect up.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Welcome back to our second set of All Things Moore County. Our guest is Jennifer Harding. She's a VP of Business Solutions for Leading RE, leading real estate companies of the world. Fore Properties has been fortunate to be affiliated with them since 2007, and we've valued our relationship as one of their partners. It's a great company. It introduces us to a lot of buyers and a lot of people moving out of Moore County. Sellers have had a great year up until June. They thought, oh my gosh, the world is just opening up for us. Today, sellers are saying, oh my gosh, why didn't I put my house on the market 4 or 5 months ago? We're in a higher interest rate environment. Everyone is challenged right now, and we have to change the verbiage and the definition and the expectations of what sellers should be expecting. It's a little bit more challenging this half of the year. How are you guys dealing with it?
Yeah, it is a little bit more challenging, but it's more normal. So it was
Right.
just crazy, crazy busy at the beginning of the year. So I would say this is more normal.
Right.
So sellers really are going to have the expectation like they had before several years ago, or even a couple years ago, where they're going to have open houses and have different, they're not going to get 15 offers on the house the day it goes on the market. And it's really just a temporary slowdown, I think, and this is what we're feeling in all of the other leading RE markets across the country,
Yep.
because we are still about 5 million households short of demand. So they're just temporarily on the sideline.
You bring up a good point. Inventory is still low.
Still low, very
Across-
low.
across the board.
Yes.
And we tell people all the time that maximizing a price on your home, it's impossible. Real estate prices are like trying to catch a bird in flight. That bird is going to ebb and flow, and it's going to come back. It's going to circle around. We're seeing rises and dips this year that have been pretty severe.
Right.
We just would like to see that bird fly kind of straight.
That's right.
For a little
Across the
while.
horizon. Just fly straight.
One of the other things that we do, with all the people we have moving into Moore County, we do have a lot of people who are transferring out. In particular, the military families
Yes, that's correct.
who are moving to different bases. They're here for 3 or 4 years. So we also are able to match them up with other companies, in Colorado Springs, Fort Benning, wherever. And we want people to ask us, and we want to be able to offer them a qualified broker on the other end.
Yes,
Where they're
absolutely,
where they're
absolutely.
going.
We want them to be comfortable with the company we choose and help them get an agent that actually is on the same page as the client is.
So how do you vet them?
How do you vet them?
How do you vet them when you get a request and you know that they're going to be, what kind of information are you looking for from the client who's moving to Colorado?
Well, I need to know what they're looking for. If they're actually a family, they're looking for price range. Bedrooms, baths are really important. Kitchens,
yeah, schools.
neighborhoods, schools. Yeah, all of that all comes into play. And, I've got to find somebody that's actually going to be in the area they really need to be in and knows enough about the area that they can help inform them of, the schools, the municipalities and all of that type of thing.
Right. And for going back to the military families that are moving into our area, Leading RE has a program called Military on the Move, which is an incentive-based program for all those buyers, which we participate in. Can you talk a little bit about that program?
Sure. It's a program, like Bill says, that's called Military on the Move, and it's for buyers or sellers moving into this market or any other market in the country, where we offer an incentive to the client. It's really a thank you. It's a thank you for your service. Thank you for being part of the military. And this is certainly a military-based community. And I know that you guys appreciate what they do for our country, and it's a way for us to give back to the servicemen and women that serve.
Right. And it's a financial incentive that will appear on the closing statement
at closing
to the buyer.
That's
we
right.
want to be clear about that.
Right.
But there's one other thing we need to be clear about, and that is that the Military on the Move doesn't rely on partnerships with other local companies where they have an agreement where they'll work together. You're still getting the same seasoned brokers, and in this case at Fore Properties, or in another area, a Howard Hanna,
that's right,
a Long and Foster, the same brokers. But yeah, we are, so it makes us equally competitive with some of the larger franchise
companies.
Firms.
That's exactly right. And I'll tell you, one of the benefits of working with a leading RE company like Fore is that when there's a referral, when you have a buyer or seller moving into this market or out of the market, the only agents that are assigned to that client are top quality, experienced agents who have been trained.
Right.
To make sure that the client's is being looked out for.
And the goal is, and this is so, we say this all the time, the goal is not to sell them a home.
Right.
The goal is to put them in a position to make an independent decision about an investment that would fit with their philosophy, that will have long-term positive repercussions in terms of resale. Because the truth of the matter is most people who are on the move are not living in an area for more than 6 years. 7 years. So we want to almost be like advisors.
A trusted advisor that's going to guide them.
Yeah, especially these days. Buyers today are growing up in a different world than we did as kids. And we want their experience to be positive because it's not going to be their only real estate transaction. We talked about the very first one I had when I was in my early 20s. I never forgot that broker and that experience. It left an indelible impression on me. We want to do the same thing for our buyers so that they go forward and with a positive frame of reference, not a negative frame of reference. The leading real estate companies of the world website has a ton of information. Where would you direct people to go if they want to read more about it?
Absolutely. It's www.leadingre.com. And there you can find all kinds of information about our companies that are a part of our network, information on cost of living comparisons for different markets, and find out all of the listings that we have through Leading RE across the country and really across the world, because we're in 74 different countries.
That's right. We're almost like Leading RE and their relationship with us almost makes us like a dating service.
That's right.
A matchmaking service.
Matchmaking service, that's right.
Because we want to match the right people with the right buyers.
Right.
We want to match temperaments, we want to match personalities, and we want to match philosophies.
Yes.
We don't want to just stick people out there to drive you around. Right. It's more of an advisory situation.
That's right.
So we didn't realize this is like Match.com.
Match.com. I say that all the time. It's Match.com.
We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate Dee coming on after 20 plus years. And you've done a great job as a relo director.
Thank you.
And you have a great reputation amongst our partners, which is great because they look to us and we look to them with
Absolutely.
confidence. Because if we give a referral, it better be well thought of and researched, not just to look good.
That's correct.
We're going to come back, and thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Very much. We're going to come back in the third set. Women of the Pines is going to be on. They have an event coming up next week. They're a very active nonprofit group in Moore County, and they have some events to talk about. This is All Things Moore County. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Speaking with Women of the Pines, next week is their annual bake sale, October the 15th from 10 to 2, being held at the Sandhills Women's Exchange. But in addition to the bake sale, which only runs 4 hours, you also, Patti, have a raffle going on, which is part of the way you are also raising funds.
Oh, absolutely. And I want to tell you about that because it's very exciting.
Okay.
Last year, the previous co-chairs came up with a concept to do the raffle.
Right.
And we have taken that. It was very successful. We've taken that idea and expanded on it just a little. We have solicited gift cards, not particular items, but gift cards from businesses all over our area. We've had incredible support from the business community. I can honestly tell you that each person that I personally spoke with, not a single one declined the opportunity to gift us with a gift card for their particular business.
Sure.
And we have divided those into 4 different categories. We have a category called Best Dressed. You will have to come out and see how we display these. It's really incredible and really special. The Best Dressed box will have gift cards from all the really fabulous boutiques in the area, everything from clothing, shoes, things that folks might like to, particularly the ladies, I'll have to be honest with you.
Only the ladies.
There are not too many men's boutiques around. But
Right.
anyway.
That's right.
In any case, you will find that there's probably around $700 worth of gift cards in that particular box.
Okay.
We have another box called Pamper Yourself. It's gift cards for massages and nail salons and hair salons and various ways that you can go out and indulge yourself with special services and so forth. We have another one called Wine and Dine, and people are going to be really excited about that because there are about $700 of gift cards from all the restaurants that everybody loves here in Moore County and in our area. So that's going to be a really hot one. And then we have a Shop Local box that has a group of different sorts of things that, are all gift cards for various businesses. So I'll share with you that the great news is that we only sell 50 tickets per box. So if you buy a ticket,
Chances are good.
your chances are very good that you might win one.
Right.
The tickets are $25 each.
Right.
And you get to choose which box you like for your $25 ticket to go for. So if you want to go for all 4, you can certainly do that, or just whatever way you would like to arrange it. But we're excited because, again, all of these cards were generously donated by individuals and businesses. And so every bit of the money that comes in from this raffle will go directly to our charities.
You've got about just about a little over $3,000 or just about $3,000 worth of gifts that you're giving away. For
Gift cards.
Gift cards for
Right.
$25 tickets.
That's exactly right.
And $50 per box.
50 tickets per box.
50 tickets per box.
Right. You have a 1 in 50 chance.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
At all. The thing that's so cool about Moore County and being at Women of the Pines is the cross-marketing opportunities that you get with local businesses, how everybody is willing to help one another.
Absolutely.
It's a win-win situation. So
It's a wonderful opportunity for the businesses to reach out and support the community, but also to have their business represented in all of our literature and all of our advertising and so forth. And we're very grateful for that.
Right.
We're more than willing to support the businesses, and they certainly support us. So we want everybody to check this out because it's a very nice opportunity.
So the event is 4 hours on the 15th at the Women's Exchange. The raffle will be held at the same time. People can go online and look at the donors that are the people who are...
Absolutely.
Yes?
Go on our... we have a web page. It's womenofthepines.org.
Right.
We also have a Facebook page. So it's Pinehurst Women of the Pines. So check those sites out, and you can get specific information about all of the opportunities we've talked about this morning.
How did they recruit you? You sound like you're the mayor. You're terrific. You're right. You're all over it.
I recruited her.
Oh my God!
I knew who to
Your
go to.
enthusiasm is contagious.
Well, I've worked with Barb for several years at the Sandhills Women's Exchange. So
Okay.
and I'm like I said, I'm a less than a year member of Women of the Pines,
Okay.
but great opportunity to get involved.
Well, your enthusiasm is contagious.
Thank you.
It really is. Coming up this year, beyond the bake sale, you have a lot of other events and plans in the works, do you not, Barb?
We do. We'll be bringing back in February at the Fair Barn, I believe it's the 25th. We're going to do our bourbon and wine and cheese event, but there's probably going to be a little different spin on it this year. and they're still kind of working out the fine details of that. Then we will also have our annual fashion show, which has always been one of the things that we've been known for. We will have that at Forest Creek. We are moving our meetings this year. We've been for years at the resort, the Pinehurst Members Club, but Forest Creek was really great to us for both of the events, our fashion show last year. So we're starting there this Wednesday, as Patti had said, our meetings. And then we'll also be doing another community outreach, like our Dee Petrie event. We're kind of working on that, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll fall into place, so we'll be partnering with another well-known Moore County business.
I had the privilege to speak to Dee Dee on the phone. It was a phone interview prior to her coming here, and tell me about what she spoke about, because she was quite something.
Well, she's quite knowledgeable, and she's a part of the Olmsted Society.
Right.
So, because obviously Pinehurst, what an impact he had on the development of Pinehurst and how it's laid out. She came and spoke because they were celebrating his birthday celebration. So it was very timely. Plus, one of our members, Amy Walters, was very good friends with Dee Dee, and that, of course, helped us. She was actually supposed to be a guest speaker at one of our regular meetings, and then she wasn't able to come, so we kind of worked around it and tied in two great things at the same time.
Okay. So next week is the event, 10 to 2. And then we expect to hear a lot about some future events coming up, and you are always welcome to come and talk to us and share the information. And you said you have a guest speaker, but you're not revealing at this point who that is.
No, because we just had our first meeting with this particular organization and at the sea, so then they have to go back and kind of work it together. It'll probably be in March. That's what we're kind of looking for in that. But as soon as we have more information, if you've got time for us, I'm sure we'd like to come back and talk. And Bill, too, I want to thank you for all the support you give to all of us nonprofits in our community.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've being from Brooklyn, New York, and northern New Jersey, and living here now for 23 years, it's a privilege to live here. I love how people love living in Moore County, and what a giving community that it is. And we get an opportunity to speak to those people who come on who are very passionate about what they do. And all these non-agencies, these nonprofit agencies, have a reason to be. And it's amazing how they can garner support. But you remember when you guys went to school, they never taught us how to fundraise in high school or college. These were not courses that were taught. You have to think outside the box. And that's what you guys seem to do when you come up with some of these wrinkles and these ideas on how to fundraise. So I applaud you. The event is being hosted by Women of the Pines. It's next Saturday, October the 15th, from 10 to 2 for their bake sale and for their new raffle. Patti, thanks for coming and joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been a pleasure.
You were great. Barb, it's always great to see you.
You too, Bill.
And we'll see you next weekend at the bake sale, at Hollyfest, all over the village of Pinehurst.